Hello and welcome to the Emperor's Other Children podcast. My name is Chara.
And I am the Lord of Fish, and we are your hosts. So, this is the second time recording this episode as we run into an audio error, so if we sound a lot less, lively than normal. I don't know why I'm saying this, but because it's the first episode, but hi. And we're
It's
just,
episode 0, the pilot.
it's the pilot, so we can actually do this.
And
And
it's the channel trailer. How are they going to know what we sound like normally?
I don't know, but just forewarning, if we just sound a little less animated or less, this is not our usual tone. We're just annoyed that I may have messed up the OBS recording. And anyway, but today we are discussing who we are, what got us into 40k, and what factions we play. So
Yes.
you shall begin this time because I began last time.
Okay, fine. Do I have to?
Do you want to make a podcast?
It was your idea. You're the one who said this would be a good name for a podcast.
Oh yeah,
I agreed with you, but this was technically your idea.
we need to explain the story of the world, of why the name came up. But we'll talk about who we are first, and then we'll tell the story of the name of the podcast.
We're saying this all out loud. They can hear us, and it's hilarious.
I know I speak out loud all the time.
No, but like, we should just develop telepathy or something.
Right, you speak. Begin.
Anyway.
Begin your statement. This is not...
Anyway, once again, my name is Chara. I wonder who that could be a reference to. Who? I am gender fluid, hence this. I play Space Marines with a side dish of Necrons. I might be a genocidal child, and my medication is wearing off. Oh yeah, and I bought plasma to fuck with them. No other reason, just to fuck with them.
Hello, I'm King Pog, Lord of Fish, on this podcast, and probably various other usernames that people know me by. I am non-binary, hence the flag over there. I play Custodes, and I'm friends with that thing over there. Not the shark, the Space Marine.
Not sure if you were there, but you remember that discussion in Place of Education about if we were all SCP classes, which one we would be?
Was this the arc? Was it during the arc where I was not there because life?
It might have been, but it was a brief conversation, and the moment it came to me, everyone just collectively agreed that I was the Apollyon in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the shark over there. Like that, she is a good shark.
Yes, she is going to blow you up with the plasma cannon.
I mean, you're aware that shark is part of our tabletop experience when we play on tabletop sim.
Yes, we kind of just always add the shark. It's kind of a mandatory.
It's an inside joke, it's like when we ever play any board games. You're a coward assassin, but we're not going to explain that right now because it's not Pride Month.
I don't think we need to. But anyway, we have so many inside jokes. Literally, the title of the podcast is an inside joke.
Which we'll now explain. So, it was during a time and place where you were going through something which we won't get into because it's not trauma dumping and let's not share personal issues.
That comes for the Easter special.
What, we're going to recreate the death of Jesus Christ?
We're
doing that.
No.
Add that to the April Fool's list. We are doing an episode about Jesus Christ.
Alright, I'll add it to the list.
Anyway, so basically, it was at a time where life was happening due to problems of housing and stuff, and there you go. That's all you need to know. And basically, we're playing RimWorld, and you'd never seen RimWorld before, am I right?
At the time, no, I hadn't. I'd briefly seen it. It was on my wish list, but I had never really seen anyone play it.
So off we went on our little normally adventure because it's around the time the new DLC released. Play RimWorld, great game. Or watch someone play it.
Because you always seem to buy, you always seem to have the money for DLCs.
I save.
Don't you?
It's around Christmas they normally release. There's a reason that. Anyway.
I'll remind you of that next time. I'll remind you of that when 11th edition drops.
I'm gonna cry when 11th edition drops because if I know you probably don't care, but third edition Bolt Action's been released or is being released, which is slightly noted to the podcast because it's a different war game, and it also is written by Rick Priestley, which is the original dude who did 40k. So, like, I think first to third edition. Please correct us if we're wrong, because I don't know this off by heart.
Yeah, but like instead of playing as massive, brightly colored soldiers, I have to play as I can instead I have to play as a very certain Austrian painter who we can't mention because otherwise YouTube will demonetize us.
You're aware this video
You
is
don't
not.
even get money.
Yeah. This. Yeah. Hi.
Details.
Hi.
But
Hi.
demonetize us. Money.
Hello, future people. This was our very first video. If you can't tell.
Yeah, so none of us know what we're doing. That should be like our slogan. We don't know what we're doing.
Add that to the notes at some point. Anyway, back to RimWorld. Back to it. So we were playing RimWorld, and we decided to create a colony where we had you, me, and someone who the third person, the third wheel, which we don't mention.
They weren't really us. They were kind of just characters that had already generated that we named after ourselves.
Yes, because RimWorld's very fun when you get very attached.
Yeah.
We had a dog called Rhinonor.
Obviously, and because apparently I was I was high on metaphorical crack at the time, I thought that the best sort of colony we could do was a Slaneshi cult.
It was very fun. Polygamy, free loving. Like, RimWorld's a very weird game.
Yes.
Like, full disclosure, I do not support any of the actions mentioned. If I'm right, you're the bedrock of the colony.
Yeah, I just yeah. My Rimrod counterpart just pretty much
Didn't break
never had
down.
to break down.
The rest of the
Yeah,
colony, like, either tried to like release the abyssal creatures we were trying to keep, broke up, got into social fights. God, Adolphia.
Yeah. Sure, your your character had a divorce with a female version of the aforementioned Austrian painter.
Look, we
And
don't.
then you got back together.
And do you remember that third person in the corner that you were like, oh, just trust them, the person with like leathery skin.
Oh yeah, the fourth guy who had like really good stats, and we spent ages converting him,
Yeah,
and he was really good.
Yeah. God, we should.
And nothing bad ever came from that.
Yeah, but I just like changes. Oh, do you remember when Adolphia gave birth in the church because we had no hospital?
Oh god. You remember that time a family came around, and they kind of and we let them take refuge, but at the same time we didn't really want them, so we kind of just enslaved them.
RimWorld, I am not supportive of slavery either. This is RimWorld.
No,
RimWorld is a video
none
game.
none of us support any of the actions in this. Just like we don't support the actions of uh, most 40k factions.
Yeah, 40k. I may be a custodian, but I don't believe in the Imperial Man because it's a heartless fascist regime. And now those people are now in the comments.
That's fine with me.
Have fun down
Frankly,
there.
the Imperial.
Have fun down there, people. You have better things
Frankly,
to be doing. Go and touch some grass.
Go and I don't know. Suck off. Suck off Nigel Farage's.
Oh, for God's sake!
Step
Don't mention. Oh my god! I thought we'd get through this episode without mentioning Nigel Farage, and we're already doing better than the other recording.
But we're still going to probably keep mentioning Nigel Farage, especially because when we play Tabletop Simulator, our dice rolly tray, you put a picture of Nigel Farage on it.
It's because of what I think of him. It's like the perfect size. That's the thing. Unfortunately, when we actually do this in like real life, we're not going to get. I'm not going to print out a picture of Nigel Farage.
Speak for yourself. I have 3 printers, and where I live currently has 3 printers.
Why do you have 3 printers?
There's even more, but like half of them are broken. The ones that are set up, there's like 3 of them, including one that's literally right behind my chair right now.
You're gonna roll up and like I'm not gonna see you for a few weeks. And you're just gonna come back with me and say, "Oh, by the way, I did make you a dice tray."
It's gonna be fucking Nigel Farage.
That's gonna be fun to explain to people. So, what do you have this dice tray of Nigel Farage? It's a long story.
It's still not as tricky as he is. The Aquila pillar. Double-headed eagle, the Aquila, the symbol of the Imperium. I have a pin badge of it on my jacket. I've had 3 people approach me and point out that it's from 40k. I've also had 2 people approach me and ask if it was an actual Latin symbol from Germany during World War Two.
Double-headed eagle, which is not actually a symbol from Germany during World War II. It's a lot older symbol. It's a ancient medieval
Yeah,
symbol which the Nazis pirated because the Nazis are horrible people who steal culture.
The Nazis
Well,
are even worse than
well,
the British Museum. Now my sneezing is in the recording.
no.
Congratulations, you get to hear what it sounds like when I get hair up my nose. Or
Sorry,
dust, probably, to be honest.
if you just mute yourself if it's you need to. Sorry, that
It's
comment
a bit.
was amazing.
Am I wrong though?
No, come on. This is not a political podcast. There's a lot better ones.
Yeah, like uh,
There's a lot better
uh,
podcasts. It can be political podcasts, which we won't mention because
uh, fucking Captain Master Varak. There, he's now officially a political podcast. Don't care what you say. He's now political. I don't know.
God, 4K YouTubers. God, Pancras No Work, great guy. Pancras No Work. If you
Mm,
grateful, it does do and don'ts 40k videos. Like,
mm.
yeah,
Might have to have a look later.
yeah, dude, he's pretty funny. He has done a video of the full titles of Satra, which is another inside joke, and I'm
Yes, and we'll get to that later.
yes, we'll get to that a lot later. And in the meantime, read the full titles of Satra, the Imperishable. It is a fun read if you are very bored.
Yeah. Uh,
Men of Iron,
yes, Men of Iron.
cool.
They are. Yeah, they're kind of cool. The Dark Angels used to have a load of them,
And
but
it's
like they were kind of enslaved, and it was kind of dark. But also, they were the Men of Iron, and they were supposed to be really like,
edgy.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I love the last Men of Iron who basically says to a tech priest, I believe in the Omnisire, but not the Omnisire you believe in, or something to that effect.
Yeah. Just occurred to me, the Men of Iron are kind of just if the Necrons were the Eldar,
What?
which they would probably kill me for saying, but if the Necrons were the Eldar, the Men of Iron would be the Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
They're kind of just. I mean, I get in lore that they're very different, but in a way, they're kind of just like edgy Necrons.
God, it's God. There are some very edgy things in 40k just for the sake of, out there, which we'll get into in like different time bits of 40k lore we don't actually like.
Like the existence of. I don't know. I could probably go on a rant about this, but I can't actually think of anything to rant about.
I don't
Uh,
know.
White scars.
They're cool.
I just know.
Like right. I am British and I am white, obviously, because that I am British and. But I love the Mongol culture. Like, give me horse. Like, I want horse archers in space.
You can have that. Just play Krieg.
But they're not horse. But that's
But-
German, and I have to deal with those people who play Krieg.
Oh
The same people who
God.
those people, the same people who are typing the comment,
Yeah.
who types about the early comment about the Imperium. Actually,
The people who are typing in the comics about the Pride flag and who play Bolt Action purely for the sake of playing Germany.
I play Germans, but that's because someone needs to play the villains.
Yeah, yeah. You don't play Germany for the sake of replicating World War II Germany.
No,
You play Germany for the sake of.
someone needs to play the bad guys. Otherwise, it's going to be very boring if everyone's playing as America or. Also, the MG42 is very fun to use. The rules are very fun, or second edition rules.
Hey, does Bolt Action have Japan?
Yes, they have. If I remember, they
Ooh.
have. Look, we'll do a game about action at some point.
Eventually, we probably will.
Preferably when third edition comes out, because looks really good and looks really simplified.
You know, if it's still being updated, it'd be quite fun to play Aeronautica.
Oh yeah, I still want to do a Mega 40k game. which basically fight like all the free like in space, on land, and in air.
Oh, we certainly should.
Yeah, like I did draw up my D&D summoning sheet in a very hot room in France. Not D&D summoning
Yeah,
sheet, the demon summoning sheet trademark. Please don't steal.
exactly. And there are all sorts of cool shit we can have with it. We could do like a kill team game as well.
Yeah,
The kill team game gives you benefits here, which gives you benefits there, and
yeah,
a lot of benefits.
yeah. And again, we could also always opt the obvious thing of yeah, narrative play.
And the other,
Narrative play should be encouraged in 40k, which kind of I really wish 40k had the ability. I mean, I know it's a war game, and I know you're trying to do to two audience, the very competitive scene, and the people who, like us who just casually play it. Like
yeah,
competitively. I don't actually know what the best army to play. Probably not Custodes.
yeah. Last I checked, Custodes weren't doing too well.
Yeah, that's because we got the great. That's because the Codex was a bit interesting.
To be fair, though, I play Space Marines, and we've consistently been one of the worst
You have
factions.
more units, my goer. You have 12 different sub factions who all have their own Codex.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing: the only the only thing that's good about playing Space Marines is playing Divergent chapters, and I don't play Divergent chapters. And every time something good happens to the Divergent chapters, they nerf all of all of like the Codex compliant chapters as well.
I really wish they released the Codex, like the proper Codex, as an entire book. Just because I love to have the Codex just there as a book. It'd be funny, 50 pages of just not Rogaldorn. God, he's gonna kill me now, isn't he? Gilliman,
God,
Roberta Gilliman. It's 20 pages about how to do an Astarte.
oh, that Codex.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be fucking massive.
how many pages are in the Bible?
There's an absolutely massive Holy Bible for some reason. I don't even know why. It's like a proper ancient one. Also behind me. In fact, there might be multiple. Well, I don't know. But the Codex is probably bigger than all of them combined.
What?
Especially when you account for the fact they was probably meant to be read by Space Marine hands, not human hands.
How do you think he printed it? Because I don't think they I don't honestly believe that the Imperium has a great printing system. Like they don't know that Microsoft Excel exists, so look
Yeah, but
back to my earlier point, or a point I always bring up. Microsoft Excel would save the Imperium.
it's what Guilliman is. Guilliman it
Yeah, but look,
along the theory that
yeah,
the common theory that every Primarch, like the base of the Primarch, the soul almost, is actually some sort of minor warp deity. Guilliman's warp deity
it's Clippy.
was the deity that invented Exile.
You mean Microsoft Clippy?
Yeah, that too.
Not know who Microsoft Clippy is?
No, I'm uncultured.
Oh God, I can't. I'll tell you who. Later. I'll tell you who Microsoft Clippy is. It
Yeah, that.
it's weird 90. It's weird early computer tech. So it's very, God, it's that weird era of computing. Which I
Yeah,
love.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the trauma dump episode.
We're not having a Jordan episode.
What do you mean? I've already got it planned.
we,
I was
we,
about to say we got a script, but we don't use
no,
scripts.
we have a. There's a certain episode. There are like a few episodes I think we do need a script, but that's more for off the podcast discussion, not on air. Because I'm not sure you would refer to the intricacies of how we do shit.
Yeah, that also comes in a later episode.
Yeah.
The Dawn's colossal chainblade. Weighty for any but an elite sisterhood. I don't know why that's like a thing, but for some reason someone sent it to me with the caption, "Everything is canon."
I mean, it is. I can headcanon stuff. I can headcanon that the original ending of the Horus Heresy is still canon. That Grammaticus doesn't exist. That the what's it called? The Legion of the Damned. Shout out to the boys of the Legion of the Damned. Real one. Keep doing the Emperor's work. That all the souls that die on Isfan are the Legion of the Damned, which should be canon. Oh,
Yeah, but by that same
the Firehawks. I don't care about the Firehawks. Who actually plays Firehawks?
nobody, because they're all dead. Remember,
Yeah, that
that was
that
the point of them.
yeah, and I think it's like that's ancient lore, kind of saying they are the Legion of the Damned. I personally think the Legion of the Damned are just Isfan 3. It's just the entire. It's like anyone who kind of soul dies on Isfan 3 becomes the Legion of the Damned because it's a very cool ending for Rylanor, the three sorcerer dudes. Kind of just
Old targets.
don't mention them. We Soul Tarvets. God damn it,
I
Soul Tarvets.
said don't mention it. In fact, you said you don't mention. You said don't mention him, and then you mentioned him.
If you don't know who Soul Tarvets is, oh god, we may need to make an episode on Isfan 3.
To be honest, considering these are supposed to be like an hour, we might have to widen that to Istvan 5 as well. Just Istvan.
Isfan. Yeah, don't go to Isfan. Yeah, so yeah, wait, hang on a sec. Let me see if I can ask, let me see if I can get like a direct com from Cadia, oh yeah, we are in Cadia, if you can't. Yeah. Welcome to Cadia.
Yeah, yeah, because apparently everything we do seems to come from some sort uh, of throwaway joke. One of us made a throwaway joke that we were trapped in that this entire podcast takes place in a bunker in what was Cadia.
Is
So we're
Cadia.
in a bunker.
Is Cadia. Cadia never fell. What are you talking about?
I'm not a guard player.
Anyway,
don't,
continue.
don't start with that. But we're pretty much just in a bunker in a giant chunk of rock floating through space.
Yeah, get really bad telecom sound here. Like last time I tried to call like the repairman to fix the lights, he said he doesn't do service in the Cadia system.
Yeah, and even order a good pizza out here either.
I heard that Abaddon. I heard that Mortarion does do good pizzas.
Yeah, but are you really going to eat anything that Mortarion touches?
What's our other
You
choice?
really want...
Angron. Look. The last time I talked to Angron, he was just very mad and began to speak about beef and
Yeah, but like...
protein shakes.
But you can eat those things. I feel like if Mortarion touches something, the moment it touches your tongue, you're going to get like ultra mega AIDS, but for the mouth or something.
You mean Nogle's Rot?
Ultra mega AIDS for the mouth.
My favourite illness. That is now a D for strength check.
You're not even playing D&D.
I
And
know.
I don't even...
You can't even do
You can't even make a D4 strength check.
I do actually know. I do know how to play D&D. Don't worry. It was just a very
Yeah, I
unfunny
hope so.
joke. It was a very unfunny joke.
I hope so, considering you've been playing you've been playing D&D with the ginger one for a few months.
Yeah, and one of my characters died yesterday. Don't ask about it.
And just for, and just for the record, we're not going to mention who the ginger one is.
But hi, you know who you are if you're watching this.
Yes, the ginger one.
You know who you are.
We're coming for you.
No.
Just wait until like September when I don't have accommodation issues and
Anyway, no trauma dumping.
stuff.
Let's...
I'm not trauma. I'm technically not trauma dumping this time. Technically, this time I'm life trouble dumping.
Anyway,
Before we go off into that tangent.
I'm really annoyed I don't have a cape. Like, this model doesn't have a cape, because we're using some models from a dude, which we are going to credit in the episode, because thank you, whoever, I can't remember the guy's name, but whoever made this model for GMod, you're absolutely lovely, thank you.
After we actually finish recording, send me the link and I'll whack it in the description.
You're aware we're putting all the link for all these props we're using, because none of them are ours, and they're all from lovely people off the internet, of the Steam Workshop, who are lovely people for doing this, and keep up the good work, modders. I know you're not being paid.
Yeah, just send me...
Yeah, I will.
Send me all the links.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed I don't have a cape. Like, I like the custodian capes.
Yeah, but like no capes. Have you ever seen the original Incredibles? No capes.
I've never actually seen the original Incredibles. It goes like to my earlier fact, but I've only seen Avatar, the blue one, and Buddy in German. With German subs, I think.
No comment.
That's the story for another time, isn't it? That's the Christmas special.
For the love of the fucking Emperor
For
or
the love of
something.
Talos,
Oh,
shut up.
watch the original Incredibles.
I will, it's on the list. Have you seen the original custodian model back in the 90s? Or like,
No,
not 80s? It looks very familiar to some certain custodians in a certain web series.
not sure whether. When you say certain web series, kind of concerns me.
Yes.
They're not helping.
The Emperor's, the Emperor's text-to-speech device.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad then. I thought you were going somewhere a little even worse.
No, oh God's sake, God, I really miss guarding some random bloody imperial system because some random guy told me to do it because the Aquilian Shield is such a funny chapter, Shield host. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, watch Emperor's I'm not sure we've said it, but if we have, because we've done two, watch Emperor's text-to-speech device. It's a great entry-level show for
Yes,
40K.
watch the Emperor's text. Watch the Emperor's text-to-speech device. Play Space Marine 1 and Dawn of War 1. Completely avoid Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2 and 3 because they kind of suck. And
Play Stellaris, Pirate Stellaris, sorry.
and
Also, high future lawyers who are piracy is a crime, and I do not at all endorse committing crimes in the United Kingdom.
the record, I personally wouldn't pirate Stellaris just because the devs are kind of cool people.
So we're gonna have a discussion about this later. They're not.
Only
Anyway.
they made a plushie that kind of already earns my respect.
Okay, fine. Yes, fine. The Cube Man is cool. Anyway.
Look, only pirate from people who are scumbags, like
EA.
that one game. Yeah, and that one game where somebody sent me a link to get it for free because the publishers pretty much scams the developers.
Ah. God.
I
Anyway.
know a lot of weird people.
Yes, you do. Like, you know a guy who made a Minecraft mod?
And none of them send me money.
I mean, do you do anything in the Minecraft mod? Do you, like, make anything?
No,
Yeah.
I want money. I should get money on the grounds that I would like money.
No, go and do something. Like, go and help your friend fix clutches.
It's not that they don't work for us. That she's
Yeah,
explicitly
I know.
she's explicitly made it so they don't work because apparently mystical agriculture is quote unquote unbalanced,
Hello.
and I
Hello.
kind of get
We are
that.
talking about a
It makes
Minecraft.
sense.
For those who don't know, we're talking about a Minecraft mod because we are completely going on the different spectrum now.
Yeah,
This
this entire episode is us going off on a tangent.
which probably will be the actual episodes because I'm not sure we can fill an entire hour of us talking about Necrons without repeating ourselves.
I mean, we could probably stay fairly on topic,
Yeah, fair point.
Nick, but it won't be like complete Necron lore dump.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, seriously, Necrons don't have that much lore. Depends on what version of the Necrons we're going off. Like, we're going off like third edition Necrons or modern Necrons.
Yeah, but like,
Third edition Necrons
yeah,
are pretty
but
boring actually.
exactly,
They're just
that
Terminators
they're
in space.
yes, literally just that. Ignoring the fact that I've never actually seen Terminator, but that's another story.
Yeah, God, me either, mate. Me either.
Silent robot skeletons or something.
But some of them do speak. The higher levels do speak.
Yeah, they do now.
Priors speak, I think. Priors always spoke.
Horizons don't exist anymore, though.
It's what I love in Dawn of War. So all the unit lines of Dawn of War are like memorable. The Imperial Guard lines. artillery here, or like, brother, I am pinned here, and
Yeah.
walk softly and carry a big gun, all that shit. I love when the Necron lines are just chatter, like. Yeah, the Necron warriors don't have many lines. It makes when you play as Necrons, you get really bored. Also, because you spend
I like-
like half the time just walking across the map very slowly.
Yeah, that's partly because I can't rush.
Yeah.
I just sit there for most of the game, build up a massive fuck off army, and then just push it forward and watch it annihilate.
A couple of Necrons are fun to play. Like Jesus Christ, Necron warriors are a great unit. You get them for free. Like they cost 0 energy because Necrons play weird in Dawn of War, which is very nice because otherwise each faction would just be a carbon copy of each other, which would be a very boring RTS.
Yeah, true.
If the Imperial Guard played like Space Marines, which is weird to think, they managed to get the Imperial Guard to work in Dawn of War 3. In Dawn of War 1, sorry.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. You just have loads of really small, weak people and
Yeah.
artillery.
Oh god, the great artillery line, the great basilisk
Yes.
line, just shelling any demon that crossed that point in that one map.
But that other time where we both had titans, because apparently we put it with mods.
Yeah, Ultimate Apocalypse is good. We need to try what's it called? Unification mod, which has recently received an update where you can play as like Renegade Guard, the Praetorian Guard, who are basically the British Empire, but in 40 as an Imperial Guard regiment. So they all speak in like hoity-toity English, foreign ranks, and have Ogrons as their builder unit.
I've just noticed something,
What?
and I don't know how I haven't noticed it before. The plasma cannon behind me, the
Yeah.
coil flashes slightly.
Does it?
Look very closely, it's animated. It's very hard to see. But it flashes like a more white color and a bluer color, and it's.
Oh yeah, it
I
does.
don't
It
know
does.
how
It
I
just
haven't
did it.
noticed
It just
before.
did it. It just did it.
Exactly, it's just doing it
Oh,
constantly. It's pulsing.
oh,
How did I not notice
right. I'm gonna
this?
stop looking at that because that's gonna distract me for the entire episode now.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, what are they gonna do about it? They clicked on this video,
Yeah.
and
Hi.
we can always just, we know where you live.
No, we don't. Don't say that.
We know where you live.
No, please like and subscribe. Oh no, God, right. No, we save that for the end, don't we? We save for we save for the YouTube shit at the very end.
Please don't leave yet. We
Please.
we, we swear we, we swear we're not completely insane. We're totally normal people. We're not like a psychopathic, whatever the hell I am, and then whatever you are. We swear we're just normal people.
So,
Totally
I'm probably there are
unmedicated.
probably people who are looking at our set right now and questioning why there's a cog in the center.
You needed something to fill the gap.
Yeah,
It's literally
unfortunately,
it.
Erebus's head was not available on the Steam Workshop.
Might have to model it at some point.
It would be very. See, the original idea was like it would have like a deer under that or something. How like hunters
Yeah.
have deer heads.
Yeah, but instead of a deer, it was Erebus because.
Fuck Erebus.
Yeah. Hey, can we get Jack Black as like a special guest?
Who?
Jack Black?
Do you know him?
No.
No, I'm not gonna blow up some random guy's DM. When we get bigger eventually.
What would we do? Have you ever seen Muppets movie, but like the modern one?
No, I've not watched
Not
Muppets.
Muppets Most Wanted,
I
but it's a Muppets
I've
movie.
not watched the
And what ends
Muppets.
up happening?
Yeah, go on.
And what happens is because they've all split up, so they kind of get back together. And quite literally, a big part of the plot is they kidnap Jack Black. We're gonna do that. Kidnapping Jack Black.
that is illegal. That's a joke for legal reasons.
If you let's just kidnap a celebrity like every other episode, we'll kidnap Henry Cavill. Wait, can we tie up Toby Fox, please?
No, no. Right, we're gonna change on subject.
Please, I have so many ideas.
Yes, tell me them later.
Yeah, but I can't tell you them. I need to.
I don't know why, but I think for some reason my hands are really like disproportional. Like I know why. It's because you're not supposed to view this model in third person. It's first person model, isn't it?
Probably.
And my hands should be holding something. It's not a bad model. I really like it, and also it's 40k, so the scale's a bit weird. No,
Yeah, not to mention it also kind of has to all fit to the same size, so proportions are going to look weird because
I'm Gordon Freeman secretly.
yes, we're all Mr. Freeman,
Can we add that to
Doctor
the
Freeman.
episode ideas? Mention Gordon
Oh my god,
Mention Gordon Freeman.
what?
Also, why have you fucked up the spacing in the important information category?
I have.
If you go for like our podcast, the bit of podcast names, after there you go, fixed it now, cool. Sorry, we have a Google Doc somewhere where we have shit written down, which we won't reveal.
No, we won't reveal, but put
we,
it this way,
there's a
it
lot.
took me hours. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it.
There's a lot of very funny quotes, which we will disclose at a later date when we mention the making of the episodes.
Like the fact that it took me hours to settle on the name Chara, despite the fact that I've been hyperfixating on Undertale and Deltarune for the past few
Yeah,
weeks.
do you not
And it was
remember?
always in the back of my mind, but I just wanted to think of something more original. And then I quite literally just DM'd you and was like, okay, so either I pick a more original name or I say fuck it and go with Chara.
Wait,
And you chose the latter.
yeah, otherwise reading this and it'll be recorded or released. Also, yes, my cat did ask you the question in the end.
Ah, yes, the cat asks the question and I still didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
We should totally do an Undertale themed
I
episode.
don't know anything about anyway. Also, I do like. I just want.
I know you need to go play it,
Yeah, I will.
please.
Don't worry. I want it to be known in the Google Doc that we do have an entire page of Cetra's titles, just because why not? If you don't know who Cetra is, Old World lore.
Yeah.
You can
None
actually.
of us. Well, I don't know very much about fantasy, but
I do. I've played Total War Fantasy, Total War Warhammer before, which is a interesting game. The company's terrible, but beside the point.
yeah, but like,
You can actually play Cetra. He's actually available now when they redid Old World, because you can't play as the Necrons, Orcs, the Dwarfs, I think, I looked this morning, and also then Cetra. And also...
Necrons.
No, Sand
You
Necron.
said Necron.
Did I don't know. It's currently... Fuck, it's...
Yeah, but it'd be funny as hell. You got like your medieval fantasy factions, your skeletons, your dwarfs, your orcs, and then the fucking robot skeletons just roll up. Fucking Treason rolls up and just kidnaps your entire planet.
Is that in Tracer's Museum? Just 30k? I'm not even sure that Tracer has an air fryer.
I mean, to be fair, he probably does.
Like, after this episode ends, and we need to order somebody food in, I'll quickly see if I can, like, phone up Tracer. I swear I have his number somewhere on our call book over here somewhere, off camera.
Yeah, somewhere in the corner full of models that we were going to put here, but we never did, and we couldn't figure out how to delete.
That corner doesn't exist. That is the corner of...
What do you mean? It's a very nice corner. I'm going out for coffee with the corner tomorrow. Have you not noticed?
God damn it! I regret saying to you at the Battle of Cadia, how about we enter this bunker? Bring these 2 flags, bring a few weapons, and just hide here.
You should have just pushed me off. It's like, I don't know.
Look, Abaddon. When the Blackstone Fortress come down and I was off here doing something, don't exactly remember what I was doing, probably protecting some random Imperial Guardsman who was considered vital for this battle. And I just, and then, Cadia happened, people died, had a very,
People die all the time.
Yeah, I know. Saw some demons, pretty standard as a custody, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna, I felt some divine intervention from the Emperor, who's totally a god.
I don't think the custodians believe he's a god.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm just making sure the Inquisition doesn't get angry.
What are the Inquisition going to do to you? This isn't TTS. They're not going to march on the Imperial Palace.
I
This is,
forgot.
as far as they're
I
concerned, you're pretty.
forgot that happens. I forgot that is the plot of TTS.
Yeah, that's like one of the. Yeah, that's like the first.
That's
That's
the
like the
first.
begin. That's the first major plot.
Yeah, with the spoiler for TTS, by the way. If you've not watched it, spoiler for TTS. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
yeah. Quick. This is now your spoiler warning as we discuss a bit of the first series of TTS. No,
To be fair, it isn't too bad considering we're saying it all out of context. They won't really know what's happening.
but if you
Just
just in case you don't get spoiled, just now's your time to do something else. Maybe go and make yourself a drink quickly. You know, hydrate,
touch grass, hang out with your family.
touch some
I
grass,
don't know. Go on a date with your partner,
or
who is probably just your hand. Let's be real here.
I
If you
mean,
have the if you have the time to listen to the intro for a podcast series where each episode is probably about an hour long, you don't have a partner. You have a hand.
we're not going to question that. Also, now is your daily reminder: drink some water, hydrate.
Don't say that. Now I'm thirsty and my bottle's all the way on the other side of the room.
Oh
I
God,
really don't want to have to unmic to get it.
you mean mute? I don't think unmike's a word in the English dictionary. Anyway, back to TTS. As those people have probably disappeared by now or are going to be spoiled anyway. Basically, the Emperor basically wakes up and basically is in sort of a text-speech device. And basically, his first decree is to get rid of the Inquisition and no, the not the Inquisition. So get rid of the Inquisition. He gets rid of the Church, whatever they're called.
The Inquisition and the
Yeah,
Ecclesiarchy.
good job, thank you. Apart from this one priest,
He,
who's and
uh, he later decides that the Ecclesiarchy can stay if it spreads the Imperial truth instead, which kind of leads to one of the shorts about the Man Emperor of Mankind.
the Man Emperor of Mankind. God, that is a great name. Yeah. Also, it does have my favourite. God, TTS is funny. If it's funny when you know about the setting, but it's also very good if you know nothing about the setting.
Yeah, lore's a little old, but anything that isn't still canon can easily be caught up on.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm right, it predicts Gilliman coming back or something like that.
I think it. I don't think it directly predicted Gilliman coming back, but I think it predicted a few things. Things like the Primarchs coming back.
Oh yeah, I forgot that some of the promos come back.
Yeah,
Anyway,
because Dawn was somewhere, and
yeah.
Vulcan and Korax got their own spin-off.
Yeah. It's Vulcan's not entire thought part of I want to be friends with it because that is just the salamanders.
Yes, pretty much. Unless it's an Eldar child, in which case it's going to be
Okay,
roasted over an open flame.
right. I really want to ask you now. Find me the direct quote where that's from. Like
I
next
don't know.
episode, find me where that's from. You have like a
I
week
don't
to
think.
do it. Like the
I
direct.
don't think it's like. I don't think it's like an actual normal quote. I think someone just pointed out that sure the salamanders are nice, but at the same time they're still your average xenophobic space marine,
Yeah, because
so they will burn alive an Eldar child.
well, yeah, because all factions in 40k are unfortunately not great. Because it's almost like
Yeah, they
it's
suck.
almost like the Imperium completely abhorring technology is not a good idea. Something quote from Echoes of Eternity, the ship from Echoes of Eternity, which is Echoes Spiral. I don't remember. There's a ship that goes into the warp, comes back into the warp. Spoiler alert for that book, by the way. I think you've probably heard of it. If you're not, basically there's a ship that goes in, like comes back, and there's a very own pissed AI at some tech priests.
Yeah, I think that might be Echoes of Eternity.
I don't remember this, but the problem there's another book. There's also the speech of the Echoes of Eternity, which is like the Gate of Eternity by Sanguinius, which is a great speech.
That was Eternity Gate.
Yes. Not to be confused with Lion Gate. Lion's Gate.
There's a lot of gates on Terra.
Yeah. The Emperor really liked gates. He told me once, he was like, you know what? I really like gates. That is why I'm building the Webway project.
Ah, yes, and certainly not to get to get
Look,
certainly not to get some very skimpily clad Eldar.
look, he would have had. Look. You don't know what happened in the Webway. You were not there, man. You were not there.
Probably,
You,
you
did- you,
probably weren't either.
you don't know that.
Yeah, but
You
like,
don't know where the Lord of Fish has been.
you don't know where I've been. I could secretly be like beyond the fell-handed or something.
Just,
Yeah, I'm secretly beyond now, or something.
can I ask a question about I was gonna say Ferris Manus, but who's Ferris Manus again? Sorry, that name just popped into my mind.
Uh, Brian Hans Primarch.
There you go.
He gets his head lopped off by Fulgrim on Istvan 5.
Spoiler alert, by the way. If you didn't know that,
That's not a spoiler
I
alert. It's like one of the big major events. It's like saying, I don't know,
Jesus dies in the Bible.
spoiler alert, the Emperor created Primarchs or something.
No, Michael Doyle and the Emperor
Spoiler.
created Primarchs in a laboratory.
Yeah, but how do you think they extracted the DNA?
Let's say those. Let, let,
And when you remember that the Emperor has enough psychic power to transform into pretty much any form he desires, or she, or they,
it,
well,
they, it. And,
I,
I don't think.
I just pissed off.
Yeah,
At
but
the
still,
time
those
of the
people.
time of the setting, he goes by he. I'm going to piss off people again, but it's heavily implied that that he's gone by other things.
Yeah, and
Which now
also.
that I think about it, with the flag behind me, maybe I'm the Emperor of mankind.
Oh God,
I'm just the Emperor now.
God, right. I note to self
Need to have
when the assault marine next to me sleeps at night, pick up Guardian Spear and end the life of him for and the life of them for believing the Emperor is a
jokes on
god. I'm a custodian. This is not
jokes.
tabletop.
Yeah, but the joke's on you. I don't sleep.
Fuck's sake. God damn it.
You
God damn
you
it.
can't defeat you
Screw
can't defeat difficulty sleeping.
screw you, Emperor. God,
There, there,
I like to imagine that this is actual thing that happens at 40k. There are just people who just sit down and bitch.
I mean, it would make sense. There are a lot of semi-normal people in 40k.
What, the Primarch's not being one of them?
Nah, although Korax, Lord of Shadows, the opening, it's kind of just Korax and Gulliman chilling, and it's kind of cool.
If I'm right, is everyone on like Sanguinius, Gilliman, and the Lion all chill during they don't chill during the heresy. I think that's not the wrong word to describe the Lion's Gilliman's relationship during the heresy.
They create a new Imperium,
It,
and then the lion blows up a bunch of planets, and Gulliman isn't very happy about that.
and Sanguinius decides to go back to Terra.
Alone, for some reason,
Sorry, that's just
not taking like
look.
another Primarch to the literal home world, where where the bold where the bold guy, where the evil bold people are literally going to invade.
But Sanguinius did not. But Sanguinius knew his prophet like death, didn't he?
Yeah, but a big part of Sanguinius is that he believed the future could technically still be changed. A big part of 40k is destiny has never been set in stone.
Fair point.
It has believed otherwise, which is why he thought he was justified. But Sanguinius knew that it could be changed. In fact, nobody predicted the return of Gulliman or the return of the Lion.
Yeah, I always like the bit where Gilliman gets really annoyed at this random like guy who says I've met like who's kind of like by the I can't remember the guy's job, but there's a bit in Plague Wars I think where Gilliman like really gets pissed at this guy saying I knew the like kind of saying I knew the Emperor by the way, which you think about like the custodians knew the Emperor, some custodians knew the Emperor. I think Gilliman knows the Emperor, the Lion knew the Emperor, and then a bunch of Chaos Space Marines know the Emperor.
Yeah,
Who are alive and not demons. I don't think Magnus counts.
I don't know. I mean, Magnus can also change his form at will, and and while all Chaos Gods like tentacles, Tzeentch likes them more than anyone else.
But the Zeech is like the incomprehensible. It's my thing that I don't think if you met a Chaos God you can comprehend it. You know, those pictures of the gods we have I don't think they exist canonically in lore because you can't comprehend the incomprehensible. You can comprehend the Emperor because he's just a normal dude. He's a normal dude with a sword and a shield and a gun who walks around. But you can't comprehend Zeech. You probably can't comprehend Korn. Nurgle, I don't think you can comprehend. And Slash, that's a different discussion. You can't
To be,
one merely does not comprehend a god.
to be fair, Zinch was outwitted by like a little girl at one point.
Yeah, but that's weird because the 40k does that sometimes.
And to an extent, I feel like you can comprehend them because people have gone to see the Chaos Gods. It's a really old bit of lore, but there's a really old story about a knight in silver who travels through all of Slanesh's domain and comes face to face with them.
Yeah, but I always was the fan that you can't comprehend gods in any fantasy setting. That if you look upon a god, it would break you because you're not being able to understand it because it's a divine being.
Yeah, and Seaman. Considering we mentioned Slanesh.
Oh god, don't god. Look, Snash will. They will get their own episode. Snash. She Who Thirsts will get an episode.
For the record, I'm going to design rules for like at one point for like playing like some sort of naval battle in 40k, just so I can make the Slanesh seaman joke.
What? Like, oh god.
Seaman.
They must be.
Seaman.
They must be. There must be some level rules for fantasy, like kicking around somewhere.
For fantasy, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
40k doesn't really do naval stuff
Yeah,
because
yeah, because I don't think a Callian Galleon would be an effective way to kill a Primarch.
I don't know.
Like,
I
what do you think the
mean,
point differences?
I think the demon primarchs are technically more powerful. I don't know.
Look, it's.
Points are weird.
I think there is. I think that's still totally possible. Like for like, there must be some like really weird maths which is technically possible due to like how like there's still a chance like certain characters I think can one shot a Primarch. I think there are certain characters for certain factions that can one shot Primarchs. I think. Or certain units.
Yeah, but I can. Yeah, but to be fair, the tabletop isn't exactly proportional in that way.
Yeah,
I
because
can char I can blow up squads of custodians with one squad of hellblasters.
yes, yes. I mean, look, there are only 300 of us, 290 of us left, 280 of us left. One is in the gallery of a certain Necron, and one's right now here doing a podcast instead of doing their divine mission.
Isn't that supposed to be like a lot more custodies?
They all died. Look,
Yeah, but they're called the 10,000, and I'm pretty sure.
the war in the webway.
Yeah, but like that was
The
ages
war
ago.
in the webway.
That was ages
The
ago.
edict of restraint. Thank you.
I don't think the custodians were going to listen to that.
They did. That's the funny thing. They did listen to the Edict of Restraint. They got really depressed. Like, they just like stood in black armor around the Emperor's palace to guard him. A few then went
Yeah,
out
but
and like occasionally did stuff. I'm not sure when the Equivalent Shield was set up because the Equivalent Shield don't have that much lore on them because it's some random sub faction, and it's not a Space Marine chapter.
you say that, but
Look, I can.
we have too many data sheets.
I can look. I can play Shadowkeepers, but I don't like Shadowkeepers. Like, cool, they have cool lore, but everyone plays Shadowkeepers. That's the problem.
I've only ever met one other person who plays custodies, and he painted them gold as well.
Look, if Reddit metrics are anything to go off, a lot of people play Shadowkeepers.
Reddit, Reddit is really not the kind of thing you want to be looking at for that sort of thing.
Yeah, fair point.
You know, come on, it's Reddit. It's fucking basement dwellers.
Well, the same people who write Lexiconum.
Yeah, but like Lexicanum is
Have we mentioned
basement dwellers.
Have we mentioned
Basement dwellers.
Have we mentioned Lexicon in this episode? Because I am confused what we've not mentioned and what we have mentioned due to there was a previous episode which I think we already mentioned that's audio was
We
messed
mentioned
up.
it earlier.
But this is if they've skipped forward a bit, because they're like getting a bit bored.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
I remember that.
Go and watch the video back. It's very fun.
Yes, go and actually watch it.
It's a podcast. You're
You
supposed
know
to
where you are.
you're supposed to plug this in. While you do your dishes or, you know, paint some models.
Beat your meat. Or, rub,
I'm gonna.
you know.
God, I'm gonna have
I
this.
don't judge,
I'm gonna have sensory loss
However
of
the hell,
this. What?
however the hell you want,
Why did I agree?
however the hell you want to go down that route
Why did I
to
agree?
supplement the fact that we're all lonely basement dwellers.
Why did
Go
I?
ahead, I don't judge.
Why did I agree to edit this? I'm not even getting paid.
Because I don't know how to because I don't know how to edit, and we both and we both know my editing would probably be A, worse, and B, it's more likely to get us age restricted.
Yeah, fair point. Because I'm the one who actually knows the language of films. Well, I say this, but you're the one who did set design here, which I love.
Yeah, but
But
that's not so much the language of films. That's just me having really bad OCD.
yeah, but it's really nice. It's really nice. I like the set design. Like the shark is in a perfect place.
Yes, shark, and I don't know. I can't think of
The teacup, the kettle, which is that? Have we boiled the
Yeah.
kettle today or not?
I don't. I don't know.
Why do we even have a kettle? Like, did you get that off Acadia?
It's kind of like it's like the offline version of a toaster for the Mechanicus.
God, I didn't need to call my character support again. I think my guardian spear is slightly broken. I was slightly dented.
Yeah, that's the issue with it we have here. It's not the fact that we're on a rock floating in space, it's the spear being slightly dented.
Look, do you want to play Imperium Taxes?
I don't want to pay any kind of taxes.
Yeah, blame Rogue Dawn. Have you seen the Custodian's tax document? Look, there are dreadnoughts and the custodians who have long names. They're not fun to be around when they have to redo their taxes.
Yeah, but like, uh, uh, I don't have to be around the
You
custody
don't
dreadnoughts
have.
because
Yeah, they are. They are. They're always full of stories, about the Emperor and shit. About I was there in the Unification Wars and shit.
Hmm.
I was born after the Unification Wars. I was born at the end of it. The Emperor was pretty cool and said, "You're now a custodian." I was like, "Yippee! Does that visit the Gender Destroyer?" The Emperor never spoke to me about the Gender Destroyer ever again.
It's made even funnier when you remember that if male custodians exist and female custodians
Oh
exist,
no!
then
Oh
there's a very
god!
high
Oh
chance.
god! Those people are in the comments again. Oh god! Oh god!
Come at me,
Don't go into the
fight
comments.
me.
Don't go into the comments. Hazard zone
You could,
detected. Hazard zone detected. Don't go into the comments. When this video eventually becomes popular, don't go into the comments. You'll probably see very funny opinions. Anyway, back to what we're saying.
you forget comment people. I have all the power here. We're the ones who can delete them. But anyway, if male custodians exist and female custodians exist, then that implies that biological sex has no bearing on custodian science, which means technically anyone can be a custodian.
I like
You
to.
could transition and then become a
I like
custodian.
to
You could become
imagine.
a custodian and then transition.
I like to
I,
imagine
I'm,
the
I'm going
Emperor
to be
is
honest.
completely fine with trans people because the Emperor's just cool like that. He's like, I have more problems than people wanting to change their gender.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever explicitly said in the law, but it's kind of implied. And like I said earlier, the Emperor is kind of canonically gender fluid. And I
Anyway,
would die on this hill. Come at me, comment section. I have the power here. I would just click the delete button and, I don't know, dox you or
don't
something.
that for reasons that's a joke. It is joking. The Space Marine is joking. This is every threat we make is a joke. We will not do anything to you.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Just make.
But if you do,
Anyway,
then
as I was saying,
it
yeah,
might not be a.
Cozy Dreadnoughts are always full of stories.
You mean like the time that they walked in on, I don't know,
Don't look. I've talked to them.
a load of oiled up custodians in a dark room somewhere.
Look, that's a myth. Okay, look, I'm not that. Underneath this armor, I'm not that. Hulk. Surprisingly, the Emperor wanted. The reason the Emperor liked me is because I was just cool. God of Ra was it? God,
Yeah, but like
God.
depression leads you to dark places. You know, things like intrusive. Is intrusive? You know, things like suicidal thoughts, not finding
I
any
was
joy in
vibing in the
life,
Aquilian Shield, my dude.
running around,
I, I,
running around
I
almost
was
naked, all of that.
I was vibing with the Aquilian Shield. I was defending some random Imperial Guardsman again, or some random Space Marine captain who was like, "You're important," and I was like, "Okay." God, a shame how he dies. A shame how they all horribly die as soon as I leave.
Yeah, I wonder why. Just don't leave.
But there's like, no.
Time you left your charge, Cadia blew up.
Yeah, blame the idiotic restraint. God damn it, Gilliman.
I'm gonna blame you instead.
Don't, please. I just noticed that my faceplate is a double-headed eagle. Like the
Yeah, a
Emperor
lot of custodians
really,
have that.
like I don't like. What was the Emperor thinking when he crafted the armor? Like, you know what, Mark would do. I'm bored. We're crafting all the armor with eagles.
I guess bird symbology is just one of his favorites.
No, it's because going back to Rome, my dude.
Details, details. Birds are cool.
Yeah, birds are cool. Put that on a t-shirt.
Except seagulls.
Oh god, that's supposed to be live by the coast, and seagulls are fucking annoying. If you don't live by a coastal town, seagulls are rats with wings.
Except they're more aggressive.
Yeah.
And they just suck.
From Exchange do have a flying unit, don't they?
Yeah, they have a grav tank.
No, I swear we have like jump pack guys or dudes.
Oh yeah, yeah, you have jump. Yeah, you have jump pack ones too.
Did they look like assault marines or equivalent to Promoros?
Uh, Good question. What are they called? I'm trying to remember what they are. They Velators?
Like,
No,
it's gonna have the one.
Venatari.
It's gonna be Velatari. Cool.
Yeah, Venatari.
Yeah. That's a very Latin name. It's almost like High Gothic's Latin. Anyway,
Anyway, uh, 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 keep Slanesh away from children.
oh my god. Okay, right. Wait. This is all gonna be cut out. Like Jesus Christ.
That's not. I mean, I didn't say anything dirty. I just said keep Slanesh away from children.
Oh
That
god.
doesn't mean anything dirty. You're the one making it dirty.
God. Right. Anyway.
Uh,
I really like the Beaky Boy armor you have over there.
Thank you. You picked it out, so. And you know you gotta love the Beaky Boys.
Yeah. The Beaky Boys, the Womble Marines, the RO1 Pastel Marines. Shout out to the people who get that reference. To the two of you in the back over there who get that one, and who are probably furiously typing in the comments that I called the models the completely wrong type of model. Because the Beaky Boys were the first, plastic mold of Marine.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they're also one of the best-selling ones. One of the best-selling kits GW has ever made.
Yeah, because it's plastic and metal's pain.
And so is resin. I could rant about resin for ages,
We-
but I did that earlier and I'm too lazy to do it again.
yeah. It's the problem when the audio messes up. We have to redo our episode, meaning none of the things none of the jokes we think of as funny for the second time.
Yeah, it kind of makes an improvisation harder.
So I think we're going to end it now due to us running out of conversation topics and us not wanting to drag it out. And currently we've been going for an hour, and I don't think there's anything else we want to discuss. So
I don't think so.
I have been the Lord of Fish, the most honourable and humble of custodies, and I've been with
Chara, the slightly genocidal gremlin in the corner.
Chara.
And also Space Marine now for some reason.
And I hope you've enjoyed watching this. We'll be back at some point, and I hope you enjoyed watching the
Whenever the hell we
pilot.
want to be.
And also, hello to the people who've just skipped to the end. Screw you.